and books, the Cert Master Learn and Labs for Security Plus. If you are in the practicum internship, that one, it has the Cert Master Learn and Labs for Network Plus. Okay. Any questions? I know I gave you a lot of information. Questions? No? Yes, yes, sir. Oh, yes.
I am a freshman, second semester enrolled in the AAS. Is it still possible to go into the bachelor's degree program?
Absolutely, absolutely. You will need to have a conversation with Miss Laura De La Rosa. And she will go ahead and she'll help you get along the way on changing your major to the bachelor's degree program. Yeah. Yes.
Just had a question about the internship, when you're 100% of your desk, I know you teach a class, also a software, what's that like class or something?
You haven't had a class with me yet? At all this time? So are you in the internship with me now?
No, I was wondering how do I sign up for it? I get.
Miss Laura De La Rosa over there. So in order for you to sign up for the internship class, you cannot do it on your own. Okay, you would have to meet with Miss Laura De La Rosa. She will look at your transcript and she will see if you qualify for the internship program. And then she'll enroll you. We might have one slot available. Oh.
We're at David. Are you looking at enrolling this semester?
No.
Oh,
okay.
On my mind.
So
Yeah.
we have another question.
Okay.
If it is my second semester, can I apply for an internship?
No,
Not till their summer,
not yet.
not till their summer.
That's what summer.
We wait until it's almost one of your final classes that you take
Okay.
for the internship. Okay, so yeah, we wait till almost at the end. Because once you do your internship, you're already doing your final classes and either you are getting ready to graduate or you are going into the bachelor's degree program.
Okay, so I got 4 classes this semester, so
Okay,
probably this time.
yeah, yes,
In some situations, some students can take the internship in the summer prior to their final year. If that's the only class they're gonna take because they're serious about working a job in the summer, but they also went ahead and tried to get an industry certification. Because that's the only way anyone's gonna take you seriously for an internship prior to graduation to your final semester. So there's some caveats there.
all right, any other questions? Good. All right, next slide, I think it will be.
Bachelor's
Back to me.
degree.
If there's any questions that come up from Ms. Alvarez or myself or any other faculty, there is a one-on-one at the end of the sessions that you can ask for one-on-one specified questions. So for my setup, it's pretty much similar to Ms. Alvarez, but the difference, Ms. Espinosa, but the difference is I'm continuing on with the bachelor's. Did you notice here, our sequence of courses is less, but I will mention, in addition to your IT courses, you still do have core content courses that you will have to continue on that are requirements for a bachelor's degree candidate, okay? So we do want to keep that in mind. It's not just the 11 courses here, you also do have the 9 academic courses. Students tend to ask during this time, what kind of academic courses can you have? I just want to be upfront with you because I come from industry as well, government and private sector. And I just want to let you know there's specific requirements for cybersecurity professionals, but some students who do come into cyber, they're also looking at computer science with cyber as well. So I always give advice to students to make sure that you're taking extra math classes, your science, your physics classes as an example, and additional programming classes that might not be in your degree. So for those students who are currently, raise up your hand if you are bachelor students, or full-fledged starting the semester. Those are things you want to consider. For those who are associate students, I want to let you know now, so that way if you have any openings, maybe you need to go to school full-time, and you're like, what do I need to take? Well, I just take camping or do PE as a filler. Well, instead, maybe you want to do an academic class instead. So I want to mention that now for those who are asking those questions about, I want to go into the BAT. All right, so now going into courses, if you're starting this semester as a freshman, This is a sequence and order of the course that you should be taking. Your first semester typically mixed up with academic courses, and you're taking mobile technologies in that course. That course introduces you to different types of mobile aspects, reference to threats and management. You'll learn more about that. There is an in-person course at 8 o'clock in the morning, and there's an online section as well. So for those students who maybe you're still finalizing your registration, do make sure that you are looking at that. Okay, so I mentioned the 8 o'clock because traditionally, if you became an associate's program student, you were taking classes at 9. So I want to point out that 8 o'clock change, okay? Number 2, Introduction to Cryptography is the next semester course along with Security Data Applications and Advanced Hacking and Cybercrime. I'm teaching for Ms. Mora, I'm teaching Introduction to Cryptography. Mr. Sahin's teaching the Security Data Applications, Advanced Hacking and Cybercrime for those introductory students. His comment to you is to make sure to check your Canvas portals. He will be having Zoom sessions with students, even those who are online. He calls that the orientation session. For me, I do the same thing. If you're in person, we come in person. If you're online, I also set up sessions. So we do both of us faculty, we do want you to make sure you're looking at your Canvas courses when they're released. Our plan is to have the Canvas courses open on Monday, even though classes don't start till Tuesday. Okay, so you can take that holiday if you're not doing the MLK March. If you are, make sure you're bundled up. But we hope to see you there. But if you're not, you can start looking at your Canvas course then. Advanced level courses, students who are continuing through the degree. I don't think I see any here yet. Or maybe there might be a couple online, so just answer that just in case. We have virtualization, cloud security, cyber defense operations are the 2, and penetration testing. When it comes to penetration testing, I'm teaching that class. It's in a hybrid format, so it's online coded, but students will have in-person and remote meetings. In reference to cyber defense, same thing. Those 2 courses I can talk on behalf. We're looking at EC Console as certifications we're looking at. So in your associate's degree, you're looking at quite a bit of CompTIA certifications and Cisco certifications. When you move up into your degree, when you look at forensics, incident response and handling, you're not really certification based, but more operating system based, like the Onion and different types of applications. And then when you get into your bachelor's, your first couple of courses, we're not looking at a certification, it's more content understanding and more in-depth understanding. But then you move back into some certifications where you have a whole other pathway you're looking at. Right now, we're adopted and we're looking at EC Console. So for EC Console, for advanced hacking, you're looking at certified ethical hacker as an example. Penetration testing with the EC Console. Cyber defense is a C&D through EC Console. So those are just examples. Now, as courses, just like the associates, we're not focused just on certification, we're focused on the holistic student, but you will have a certification you can look towards within your degree for the bachelor's. Just in case any of y'all who are in the bachelor are wondering, are there any certification alignments? So we do have that here. For those students in their final semester, which would be nobody here yet, but that would be in the fall of this year, we'll have our first set of graduates. Those are the last 3 set of courses: the senior project, cybersecurity incident response, and cyber and digital ethics. Okay, so that's the alignment of our program and how we work and what we do. On the capstone project, it's called the senior project. Students will be working with faculty either on a topic of faculty choice, or it will be individualized by student. We're still figuring that out and finalizing that. We'll have more answers more towards the end of this semester. Okay. When it comes to course sequences and milestones, I kind of went over that already. The key thing I would tell you, just advice, if you're going to be taking Introduction to Cryptography as a first year student, please do make sure you're taking your programming class. It's not a prerequisite on here, but it's my prerequisite because we work with Python in that class. So we build our own programs in reference to different types of cryptographic systems to make sure we can know how to encrypt and decrypt and also break different types of messages I give you. Okay. Number 2 is in reference to Python. If you took a programming class, but you have not taken Python, feel free to email me and I can give you some resources to you get started. So by the time we get to that section of the project, you're good to go. Okay. When it comes to covering hands-on labs within all your courses this semester, if you're taking your in-person class or online class, all but 2 classes have some type of lab simulation software that you can use this semester. If you had any class with us last semester, you did not have an opportunity. This semester you do. In addition to that, we have our cyber range that's both in this building and the CIT building. With the cyber range, you will have virtual machines that you'll be accessing. We're still working on allowing the online students to remote into those systems right now. So right now, if you want to use those systems, you have to be on campus, okay? So we do have tutoring hours, just like the associate's degree does. And we do have different times where you can meet with your faculty for one-on-one tutoring. Or if you just need to come into a lab, you can come into the lab, remote into a VM. You will just need to let us know in advance. Now, what I'm saying is, in addition to these courses, hands-on labs can happen outside the classroom as well. So for example, you have a tool you want to learn more about. We can help you spin up a system and then you can build your environment there. Or if you want to create an attack and defense system, you want to create a server that you can go ahead and see if you can connect to. Those are different things you might want to do. And you're in your bachelor's degree, you're kind of at that point, right? So now you want to start being and going into practice, right, of your field. So those are things you want to think about doing outside the class, okay? So hands-on labs don't just happen in the class, they are also opportunities outside the classroom. And staying up to date with industry trends and certifications, my opinion to you, because of the future, artificial intelligence, emerging threats are what you need to be taking a look at right now. If you're not already doing that, you need to be doing that on a daily basis. You also need to be practicing your writing skills and your presentation skills. We hear from industry quite a bit. Students are very technical, and that's great, but they cannot answer interview questions, they cannot make presentations, and they cannot document. They're used to doing the shorthand text messaging, BRB as an example, be right back, right? You don't want to do that. So you want to make sure you're practicing the proper etiquette for a baccalaureate student, okay? So if you're a student going to graduate with your bachelor's, you want to make sure the caliber of work that you're delivering is going to match that as well, okay? So there's going to be not just technical knowledge, but technical writing as well, implemented throughout your program. So you will have projects. If you had me in the past for like forensics, where you had a project, or incident response and handling, you had a big project, those are going to continue on. So there's going to be quite a bit of writing. So with that stated, you do have to know your MLA and APA setups and formats. Do get familiar with the library. Do learn how to use our databases. So we are moving a little bit away from just the technical only to also reporting of what those technical findings. And then certifications, again, my recommendation is if you have not already by the bachelor's degree, have your CompTIA Security Plus certification. That should be the first thing you're working at. No reason going into a CISA certification in CompTIA or ethical hacking in CompTIA or EC console certifications and focus to get certified in that if you're not even Security Plus certified. Don't do it backwards. Make sure you're doing it in order. Okay? And that's pretty much a quick runabout for introduction today about the courses, the faculty, Mr. Sahina, myself, how to get started for day one, and then just what kind of things you should be doing as a student outside the classroom. Do you have any questions for me? I know. Yes.
Other than the senior project, is there an internship that we have to do for them?
No, there's not. We could fit it in, we would. That's why Ms. Alvarez was focusing and telling me you're going through associates with 2 bachelors from us. Really do take that internship, that final semester. It's a good cusp the next semester. But those who need to take a little bit earlier, we gave you the recommendations we have. The capstone, you would not be able to get a job and then substitute it for the capstone. The capstone is a capstone class. Now, could you do your capstone and have the project align with maybe something you're doing at your job? That might be a possibility. Good question, thank you. You're welcome.
I have a question for Laura.
I can answer that in a minute.
Okay. Any other questions? All right. Next.
Hi, thank you, Ms. Mona.
All right, so next one, I will answer that question in a minute, so I read 21, but. Okay. On to the next.
No, I thought you meant.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was going too fast, okay. Advising and scholarships. So our department is broken up a little bit more than usual. I have some help now. I'm not on my own. I'm not doing scholarships and events and everything else. We have divided that up quite a bit. I have 2 wonderful ladies, Candace Barnett and Candace McIntyre, helping me. And so primarily I am here in the department to help you with your academic pathway. I'm also here to help you in case you have any other needs. financial assistance, other than financial aid, can't pay your bills, that kind of stuff, we can direct you to resources that can help with that kind of thing. I'm sick, I need to reach out to my instructor and I can't, like, you have different resources to go through me to reach out to these faculty people. So I'm also available to schedule a one-on-one advising appointments. I will primarily be focusing on the bachelor's level students. Coming this semester, we are migrating some of the AAS level students to Miss McIntyre. So you might see both of us in a meeting, as we get her trained in transition. Eventually, all associate staff will go through her directly. But I'm always here on campus. You can find me in my office. I'm in the CIC building. She will be located here in the SAB building. So both IT buildings will have an advisor in the building. And we will be changing our method of advising appointments in the next few weeks. We are waiting on some things to process on the back end. So we'll be going from booking appointments. If y'all have used that booking link, we'll be transitioning to Navigate. So I don't know if y'all have seen that in ACES, but we will send y'all an email. Y'all got my emails, so y'all read them, so thank you. We will be sending an email on that transition in the next few weeks, so keep a lookout for that. But you can also just call me, walk in. If I'm not busy, I will sit down with you. I really like. Like I said, we're advocating tutoring, workshops, and success resources. So we are looking at bringing in different people this semester, different departments to speak with you. If you were with us last semester, I don't know if you participated in any of our scholarship information sessions. Those will be continuing. Those will be every Thursday, beginning the second week of classes. Second week of
Pretty much
classes.
the first week of February.
First week of February. So those will be every Thursday on Zoom and in person from 4 to 5. So if you're here on campus, you can drop by, but otherwise we'll be on Zoom. So it's primarily, we do record those sessions. We also have a YouTube channel that we post those to. So if you do miss it, you're at work, you're in a class, we do record those and post them online. So don't worry about it. Those are a great resource. If you, we actually have people from the scholarships come and talk about their own scholarship. So if you're going through the application and you don't understand a requirement, reference those YouTube videos because they're a great resource on how to answer that question. Sometimes we don't run some of these scholarships and we can't necessarily give you that information, but we do have people come and talk about those things. In addition, we will be adding an advising session. So I will be covering deadlines. I will be covering, bachelor level requirements, talk to you one-on-one. If you want to see me in person or on Zoom, you just kind of want to check in. You don't want to schedule a whole appointment or anything like that. I'll be doing those things. And so we'll also be doing a little bit of whatever I can think of that week. Ms. McIntyre will also be running some sessions as well. So those will be Wednesdays from 4 to 5 on Zoom and online. So the location in person to be TBA, but we will have a Zoom for that. So we're looking forward to having y'all there, in addition to, just throughout the week. And then scholarships. Burnett, would you like to cover anything scholarships?
Just to piggyback on what Ms. Laura said, so we do house internal scholarships, 2 of them, which means you can only get them here at St. Philip's. One of them is through Miss Monica, which is the Military USA. It starts its application process in April. So anybody here this semester, keep that in mind. April, it starts, it closes the first week of May. Decisions are made through May, and then you are awarded that for the fall semester, okay? You can only get that in-house. You're only competing against the people in your department in St. Philip's, okay? Another one that we do is a nationwide scholarship. It's called the DoD CSA. We are granted the permission to give the scholarship. So you have to be a St. Philip's student, you have to be a cybersecurity student to be eligible for that. If you're interested, there is material at the back of the room. That guide ends February 1st. I know it's quick, but you haven't been here. But that does not
Still
mean
have time.
next year, though, we can gear up. We start doing information sessions on that one as early as October, okay? So we have, you will see your best pieces of information, guys. The TVs on the hallway. Everything we are doing in these buildings, competitions, scholarships, tutoring times, visitors, opportunities for you to engage with community leaders, industry leaders, yourselves, all on the TVs and on the weekly newsletter that Laura sends every Friday. TVs are updated every Monday, emails go out every Friday. Do not read your email, okay? We don't just send email for fun. Okay, we're trying to get you free money a lot of times. Okay? And again, scholarship information, that one's closed. He's closed.
For next year.
Yeah, we can start for
Is
next year.
there any year that they cannot apply? Do they, for the DOD CSA, they be a first semester student?
As long as they have GPA.
Okay.
So your transfer GPA, that counts. Just have to have college GPA from somewhere and say that you're a St. Philip student now.
These are the ones that are closed, some are job-based as well. So these are scholarships and job internship opportunities, even if they're closed, I highly recommend you grab one. Because then you can see the criteria, and start working towards it, so when they open up, because these are not short items, these are lengthy applications.
Not to discourage you, but DoD CSA application is 57 pages long. Not to discourage you, but the reason is because page 1, name, firstborn child, all that information. And then, there's a page for recommendation person. Second page, your second recommendation person. So if that makes sense. So it looks huge in bulk, but every section is very important. And also remember that we work really hard to place you with government affiliated work. So a lot of the visitors and a lot of the jobs and a lot of the speakers are affiliated with DoD, the NSA, FBI. So always, if we ask you, hey, so-and-so is gonna be here on campus, why don't you come listen to them? Dress appropriately, act appropriately, because every contact you have is a job interview. It's the best way I can say it. Every interaction is a possible job interview. Okay? And get involved with clubs and activities and leadership groups. Volunteer to speak at things. Get your name out there, build your LinkedIn, post that you're speaking at engagements. Even if that means online, you're an online student, we give opportunities for even our online students to participate in speaking engagements. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Barnett. Like she said, if you read one email this semester, let it be mine. I'm gonna
Yes.
remind everybody else. Ignore all the other, no, I'm just kidding. Please be sharing. But pay attention to mine. I do get stuff from faculty, I get stuff from Ms. Barnett, I get stuff from Ms. McIntyre, I get stuff from the dean, the
District.
president, district. So all of that kind of gets condensed into one email, so I know it's a lot to read, I know there's a lot of flyers sometimes. But those events are networking opportunities for you, those are scholarship opportunities for you, they're really great opportunities. So, that was fun, now. Okay, so getting involved, so it has been mentioned a few different times, we've mentioned a couple different things, we mentioned the Cyber Tigers, which is the club here for all of our SPC students. You do not have to be specifically IT, but it is an IT related club, so we do talk about a lot of tech stuff in that club, and that is available for freshmen all the way through senior level students. You do not have to know anything. You could be your first semester and join us. We would love to have you be a part. We do fundraisers, we've done a food drive before, we've visited middle schools. We do some participation with the middle school, high school events that are STEM related here on this campus and the Southwest campus. So some of y'all have spoken at those events and, it's good to give back to the community and get those that leadership's speaking practice, speech writing practice, it's all, good stuff. Yes, our Cyber Tiger president is here, Mr. Nicholas Wells. Would you like to stand up and
Talk
Say
about some of your
hi.
speaking engagements and things.
Hey, everybody doing? My name is Nicholas Wells. I'm the president of the St. Philip Cyber Tigers. Please join Cyber Tigers. Y'all doing cyber. Great opportunity to learn, especially if you're first semester here. Because Ms. Mortar, I did the same thing like every first year student. I said, no, I don't know anything. I don't want to participate. I'll watch. She said, please do it. And as soon as I did, I was like, okay, it's not that bad. And then I enjoyed myself being there. You know, we all get discouraged when we first start something like, no, I'll just watch you. Please don't just watch. Just come in, participate. We all started with the National Cyber League. You can learn a whole lot. So if you start now, your first semester, by the time you graduate, pretty much can touch a lot of technology, computer hacking, password cracking, everything, just doing it one competition. So I recommend everybody in the cyber program, associates, bachelors, to please join the Cyber Tigers and participate. You will learn a lot faster by coming to the competition than you would when you first started in the classroom.
Now, please remember, the Cyber Tigers, if you don't want to be, in the Cyber Tigers, but you want to compete, and they're two separate things. They just seem to overlap because the kids that are in Cyber Tigers also all compete to it. So we kill a lot of meetings with one group of kids. So don't think that they're one thing. They're two separate things. The competing factor, competition team, and the Cyber Tiger team are two different things.
And some semesters we have them back to back. I used to be all of them, but now that we've grown, now we have different people doing stuff. So I just want to kind of highlight some people real quick. So Mr. Dawkins is also the for the faculty for Cyber Tigers. He's taking the lead for the associates, and I'm covering the BAT. Mr. Lee is one of our examples of bringing industry partners. So we have, you have industry organizations that want to participate. Well, Mr. Lee is an officer of one of those organizations. So he actually brings people over to make presentations and also give scholarships. Would you like to talk a little about that, sir?
So my name is John Lee. I'm the networking guy here. That's my man cave through the hall. Some of you know me, you've had me before. I'm on the board of an international cybersecurity organization called ISSA. It's ISSA. And if you want to go look at our website, it's alamoissa.org. We have quarterly meetings. Our next meeting will be in February, and the topic is going to be women in IT. So you should think about going. And really, the thing about going to something like ISSA is it gives you the human networking. In order to find a job today, you're going to have to get in front of people, and you're going to have to talk to people. So normally at our meetings, the way they work is we bring in 3 people from the industry to speak. And we bring in people from all over the country. We fly them in, they're not just local, to talk about whatever's current in the industry. And we eat family style. We meet at Maggiano's, which is up at the Rim, and the food's good, you'll like it. But you can sit at a table with whoever you want to sit with. There's no seating arrangement, and people are more than willing to talk to you, whether you're just starting out or you're somebody who has industry experience. It's a good place that you can start to network and find jobs. And as part of it, they let you stand up. They will say, who's looking for a job? Now, they usually recommend that if your boss is there, that you don't stand up and say, I'm looking for a job. But you can stand up and do that. And I've had students actually get jobs from going to ISSA. Isaiah got one. He's working at CPS all because he went. Oddly enough, he sat next to a recruiter for CPS Energy, and he goes, I'll give you an interview, come in next week. So it's a good time to do that. And the other thing, we have scholarships, and guess what? They're not 57 pages long. And I have had students, we have them at the associate's level, we have them at the bachelor's level, and we also have minority and scholarships for women. So it's an opportunity for you. You can apply for all of them, but they're only going to let you win one. You can't win multiples, right? But it's a good time. If any of you are interested, come talk to me about it. And of course, if you had me, you can ask Jerome, you're gonna hear about it because I talk about it at every class. These are things you need to be doing in order to advance in the industry. So,
Thank you, sir.
thank you.
So that's just one example. We're not highlighting just like taking favoritism over an organization. It's just that there's a faculty member who's actually involved. So in addition, if you can't make it out somewhere out there towards the rim, he actually does bring in industry, and sometimes they partner up, like with Candace as an example. We had an event, instant response and handling event
Yeah.
last semester. So Mr. Lee works in both hats. So we tend to assign that under Cyber Tigers as well because it benefits the students. So Cyber Tiger is the name of the club, and that's why we tell you to be part of it. But within that club, you have opportunities for professional development, opportunities for competition growth, opportunities for soft skill presentation development. But in addition, we don't have highlighted here is we also do peer mentorship. So what this means is students come together at the end of the meetings and they talk about life or jobs or classes or just anything going on. But in addition, they also have tutoring sessions. So in that club, that organization, it's student driven. So I want to highlight that. Faculty, we support. Advisors and staff, we support. It's all student driven. So that's why Mr. Wells was mentioning some pieces. The students decide every semester what they're going to participate. We make recommendations, we find resources, students choose. So if you want a place where your voice will be heard, that is the place to go when it comes to anybody who's IT-based, cyber-based, computer science-based, network admin-based. Okay? Mr. Dawkins? Dr. Dawkins? No.
Separate, but if I'm understanding, in order to do the competitions, you have to be part of something.
Not anymore, not anymore. Yeah, so same thing with the going to an Osaka event. We used to have students, you had to be enrolled so we could know you went to the event. Now we do is because there's a lot of faculty volunteers, now what happens is each of the faculty members report to the advisors, and we just let the advisors know, these are the students we have that participated. It's a 2+. The student gets benefit for doing the competition under the competition group, but then they also get credit under Cyber Tigers as student engagement. They go to the Osaka, they get whatever
Yes.
credit,
Osaka's another.
sorry, I'm sorry.
Our competitor.
I'm sorry, ISA, and whatever Mr. Lee gets credit for, and then Mr. Lee is giving the information to Laura and Candace, so they have their, it's dual role. So at the end, when you graduate, on your resume, you can have student organization, professional development, you can have all the categories somebody who's trying to hire you is looking for, not just the club, but everything. We try to get you to graduate well-rounded.
So to piggyback on what she just said, because it may not have been explained to you, we have what's called Alamo Experience. Have you ever heard the term? So Alamo Experience, every time you go to an event and you check in, or every time you report to a faculty member or staff member that you went to one of our events and they, yes, I saw him there, yes, he was there. We put that in Alamo Experience, and you can actually get an Alamo Experience transcript that shows every event that you've attended, were you a speaker, were you a guest? And it is a physical, resume and proof and evidence of everything that you participated in and while you were at college. It's a physical transcript, okay? So it's very important when jobs say, well, I see that you went to school, but what'd you do? You can sit there and say, oh, if you turn to page 5 of my expanded resume, you'll see that I was involved in all of these student-led groups as well as spoke at this conference and this conference and this event. It's evidence. And if you don't document it, it didn't happen.
And so this is it's a way that we figured out how to capture everything. So back then, a competition student was a Cyber Tiger back in the day. Now we've grown so much and we have a lot of support that if you don't want to do competitions, you don't have to that semester. If I only want to focus on public speaking, you can join that group for public speaking. If I only want to focus on helping out for a cybersecurity awareness, you can do that. If you only want to focus on fundraising, you can do that. If I just want to be a leader and practice my leadership skills, you can do that. If you want to practice your writing and be the secretary, you can do that. So there's different facets of what you can do. If you want to start a new committee and do a new activity, you can do that. If you need resources, that's where we come into play. And if we don't have the resources during that time, we try to get them that semester or the semester after. if you want to put a committee together to maybe use the Raspberry Pis to go and hack into, not to say you should do that, but to go build a system you can hack into a mock network, you can make that committee. And if maybe you don't want to do a grant for SEG grant to something fun, a 2-3 hour activity, then you can choose to do an activity as student engagement under Cyber Tigers. So it's the creativity of students on what they want to do, but you don't know where to get started. That's what the faculty and staff are for. You let us know what you want to do and they'll work with you. But you do have an officer group, a leadership group that is the one who represents you all at different types of meetings. Example, you have the student government, SGA, Student Government Association. They have their monthly meeting and one rep representing Cyber Tigers goes to that meeting. The president has a meeting for students. We get one student or sometimes two who get to go and meet with the president and talk about everything we're doing. So that is how we highlight, and we don't do it, we let the students do it.
Another organization that I'm working to get a student representative is what is called the Blue Blazer Society. It used to be a men's group, now has integrated into to where they accept everyone. And we have very limited women support group, you know, on that. So I very highly, you know, if ladies, you want to get involved in another leadership group and want to be the cyber representative, please step forward. A new group that is forming that does not have student body yet, but it will be student led, is student tutorial sessions and groups where y'all meet either on campus or online and y'all lead and direct yourselves for a tutoring session. This again is another opportunity to say you organized, you held, you ran, you helped keep, you know, everything moving, the cogs and the wheels rolling. You could set up some tutorial groups. It doesn't have to be hey, we need help in Python. Let's set up a Python tutor group. So it could be, what is the need? Where's the need? We need it now kind of base. So, and multiple groups could be created. So keep that in mind as well. That is an option, tutor groups.
And all that can be documented under Cyber Tigers. So you can let Cyber Tigers do the recruitment for you. You can Cyber Tigers do the publicity for you. You don't have to stress out about that. You can focus on the topic.
Where you're going to do it, and let the other organizations spread the word.
Back to the presentation.
So if you're unfamiliar with where Alamo Experience is, it is in your ACES account. If you log in and click that student tab, it is right here. The blue box, and then it does take you to, you have to look up Cyber Tigers, but we are the only one. So you will find us right away. If you type in cyber, we're pretty much the first club that pops up. And there will be a box that says join here or
Yes.
something like that. I don't have it anymore because, you know, I already joined.
And we prefer cyber SPC students in this group. We do accept non-SPC, but if you're non-SPC, there's some items we can't give you. So we do recommend, it's not closed only to SPC, but it's highly recommended SPC students are the ones who join.
Now, so Cyber Tigers, if you want to join that group, you know, Alamo Experience, please join that group. Another one that every student needs to join is the Cyber Information Technology. This is our department. So for example, if you come to an information session on Thursday, this is where you would do your attendance. Orientation. This is where we would take attendance. If you come to Cyber Fiesta in April, a big conference that we're having, we're feeding you. This is where attendance would be taken, okay? So definitely join Alamo Experience, and, you know, if anything, if you join anything, join the department so that it's just easier. You come in, press your name, and we don't have to do this whole sign in and QR code, get you to stand there and log in and create an account. It's just so much easier.
Then the third one you want to join, just mentioning the Alamo Experience, is Student Life, SPC Student Life. So that way, when they give out T-shirts, they have food, they have cake, they have free bowling or whatever they give y'all, goodies. Student Life sends all that stuff out, but you only get it if you're in the Student Life
You
Alamo
only get
Experience,
that news about the free stuff and food
if you're in there,
if you're in there.
or you're reading the weekly letters that come in from SPC. And so I think that's everything for getting involved with student organizations. And I think we covered a little bit of competitions as well.
Here's a brief overview of the calendar. We do have a few holidays. Yeah, so we do not have school Monday. Please don't come.
Don't come
We
in.
don't have it. We will not be here. I'm off. I have a 3-day weekend. Thank you. But Tuesday, y'all know, be ready to come in classes, join on Zoom, participate. If you do need to drop classes, 16-week courses, the census date for that is February 5th. So if you are in 4 classes, 5 classes, and you are overwhelmed that first week of class, please let us know. You can withdraw, yes.
Make sure you are mindful of reimbursements.
Yeah.
Just because you drop it on that day doesn't mean you get
You
reimbursed.
do not get 100%
There's
reimbursement.
like a coverage, so many days equals a percentage of
They
what your
prorate
reimbursement
it.
is.
So after the first day of classes, they do prorate how much you receive back. So I believe the first day, few days of self-census is 70%,
So you're in
and
a
then after
scholarship.
that, it's 30. So if you want 100% refund, drop
Well,
today or tomorrow, at the very latest, that would be your 100% refund. But if you are in classes and you are overwhelmed and you do need to drop a class, we can do that. Please do before census, that way it does not give you a W. Does not affect your 6 drop limit, so you only get 6 withdrawals before you go on academic probation. So please keep that in mind. Yes, ma'am.
And if you do not have your meeting with Laura like you're supposed to, some people are able to get into classes, when it comes to associates. If you notice you're in a class and you're noticing you're going over the syllabus, or it's maybe something you're missing, you wanna quickly tell your faculty member, so they can look at your schedule with you, or talk to Laura. So if you're in the wrong class, we can also do schedule changes those first days. Don't wait till the week after. Do it that first
If
couple
you're a
of days.
first year student or second semester student and you are in implementing and supporting operation systems and intrusion detection, please come talk to me. You are going to not like that the first week. You're gonna be very scared and you're gonna drop out and then we're gonna lose. No, I'm just kidding. We can still move you. We can move you around, but we prefer that all be fixed, so you follow that in order as much as possible. We will have a few other holidays, but mainly I wanted to cover this Monday and that census date. So talk to your professor, they can help you drop. If you talk to me, we can help you drop. That's just in case, not saying anything's wrong, but just in case, keep that in mind. It is a little bit different for Flex 1. I'm not 100% sure, but you know the date for Flex
It's the
1?
Wednesday.
It's
week
Wednesday.
2.
Oh, Wednesday, week 2,
Whatever
so January
Semester.
28th, 26th, something like that.
Yeah.
So it is a different date for Flex 1 classes, so if you do have that, keep that in mind. Well, I think that is it. I think we're gonna go into faculty and advising one-on-ones. Yes, ma'am.
And then just one big umbrella item.
Absolutely.
Not orientation, but it's good to know processes. So as you're going through your program, I do want to let you know there is a process for communication. So whenever you're having difficulty with the class, you always first want to go to your faculty member. If you're having difficulty with coming up with a solution to a problem within the class, and you've already tried to recover with the faculty member, and you feel like it has not been justified, you don't want to go to the president. From there, we have a department chair. His name is Dr. Raymond Chacon. From the chair, then we have the dean, and then from the dean, we have other documentation. So something that I do also want to mention, something called Feed the Tiger. That is where you can write down when there's great things going on, things that you like within the department. That's a way that the school can know what's going on, so we can keep implementing for our department. And if you have concerns and maybe you just felt like you weren't heard within our department, that's another area of Feed the Tiger as well. So I do want to throw out 2 things that you do need to know as far as students. If you're not looking at the big packet for student orientation, you have a student catalog, right, with all your information of what you have as a student. Those are 2 resources we do want to make sure and address today, because we do have students who are brand new here, who kind of don't know a process. Like in high school, you go with the principal. It doesn't work that way in college. And college is very different. So it's faculty, chair, dean. Any questions on that?
And if you
All right.
ever don't know, hey, I got this problem, who do I need to talk to? Talk to her, talk to her, or talk to me, and I'll say, have you talked to your instructor about this? And you'll go, okay, that's who I need to talk to first. All you gotta do. Are y'all ready to win some stuff?
Yes.
Did anybody not get a ticket? There you go. You can write your name on it real quick. We're gonna do a raffle. Anybody? Go ahead and write your name on that. And then I will write that ticket from you. We're gonna shuffle those up real quick and put it. Thank you.
No, there it is, okay. So today's prize will be this lovely, and it's not Timu, it just, you know, I'm just saying. It looks like it is a Stanley, it just doesn't have the Stanley print on it because it's got a nice,
If you are on
You know.
Zoom, wrote your name
Oh,
on a
sure.
ticket, so
You go.
come pick it up.
so,
You wanna put them in the?
yes,
There we go.
okay. Do you wanna draw a name for us? I need one name, let's shake this up good. One name, draw one name.
Pick one ticket out.
Just one one ticket. Make it
Our
a good one.
cousins do it.
Okay, you ready? Let's see. Anthony Clark.
All right.
Draw from the box.
All right, but you are more than welcome to pick up a pair of sunglasses or one of the spinner pens that are in that box over there.
Everybody leaves with something.
Otherwise, if you have any questions for me, you can come see me. If you have any questions for Ms. Moda,
That'd be in 205.
205?
Yeah, for faculty students.
You want a classroom? You want 20?
I can stay.
Or you're staying here? Yeah, we won't be too loud. And if you have any questions, you can type them in the chat. I will be answering that.
Laura, where are you gonna be at? Coming to our field?
Right here.
Okay.
You want that?
I don't know.
That's lovely.
Ah, that'd be- that'd be-